Hey GH fam, buckle up because Friday's episode was an absolute roller coaster from start to finish. Just when we thought the tension in Port Charles couldn't get any thicker, January 9th delivered a perfect storm of emotional confessions, dangerous secrets, and a final scene that will leave you screaming at your screen. From Britt's risky reunion to a mother's heartbreaking confession and a secret that could blow the Drew Kane case wide open, here's everything that went down. A friendship tested by an old flame. Our first stop is General Hospital, where Perry Cooper, Perry Shen, made it his mission to protect his bestie, Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thiebaud, from herself. After congratulating her on getting reinstated as a doctor, Brad's casual question about her New Year's Eve took a sharp turn. Britt, feeling more like herself in her doctor's coat, finally confessed the truth. She wasn't working. She was with Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. Brad, horrified, watched history threaten to repeat itself. He reminded Britt that Jason has a rigid code and a long list of priorities. Sonny, Carly, their kids, even Carly's hairstylist and the cute little bowl of moss in her kitchen that will always come before her. He pleaded with her not to let a third kiss happen, predicting nothing but heartbreak. But Britt, defiant and hopeful, argued that Jason has been looking out for her since her return. In a moment of pure, painful friendship, Brad promised he'd be there to pick up the pieces when it all falls apart, without a single "I told you so." Is this the start of a beautiful, complicated reunion, or is Britt setting herself up for another epic fall? A mother's burden and a ghost from the past. Over at Sonny's place, the mood was somber. Laura Collins, Jeannie Francis, updated Sonny Corinthos on the ever-present threat of Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda. She revealed Sidwell's twisted love triangle with Lucy Coe and Ava Jerome, suggesting they could use it to their advantage. But Sonny saw a darker purpose. He believes Sidwell is targeting Ava to get to their daughter, Avery Corinthos. The weight of the situation crushed Laura. She confessed that after finding Professor Hank Dalton, her first, most visceral impulse was to call one person, Luke Spencer. In a poignant moment that resonated deeply with fans grieving the recent loss of actor Anthony Geary, Laura drew a direct parallel to her predicament and Luke's past as mayor when he was controlled by Frank Smith. "I'm as stuck as he was back then," she cried, wishing her soulmate were there to guide her. It was a raw acknowledgement of how much she and Port Charles still miss him. Sonny offered quiet reassurance, telling her they just have to wait for Sidwell to make a mistake. Truth, lies, and a plea to stay. At the Quartermain mansion, a goodbye took an unexpected turn. Justinda Bracken, Paige Herschel, returned to give Michael Corinthos his money back and say farewell, believing her exposed lie about being with Ezra Boyle had ruined everything. But Michael, who has endured more than his share of tragedy and heartbreak, surprised her. He wasn't angry. He understood her fear that if she told the truth, he wouldn't need her anymore. To Michael, the night they spent together felt real. "Our relationship may have started off as a lie, but now it feels real to me," he told her, asking her not to leave Port Charles. In a tearful, hopeful moment, Justinda promised to stay as long as she could, and they shared a kiss. Is this the lasting love Michael deserves, or is Justinda unknowingly stepping into the crosshairs of his famously tragic romantic history? Bluffs, blow-ups, and a vicious showdown. The drama spilled into the legal world when Tracy Quartermain, Tracy Elliott, stormed into Alexis Davis's office, Nancy Lee Gran, furious about being tricked by a courtroom bluff. "You tricked me," Tracy yelled, to which Alexis calmly replied, "It's called a bluff, and you fell for it." Their argument was a battle of convictions. Alexis maintained she was defending an innocent woman, while Tracy sneered at the idea that Willow Kane, Caitlin McMallen, is innocent, claiming she has perfected and weaponized a sweet act. The confrontation ended with Alexis ordering the furious Tracy out of her office. Meanwhile, any celebration for Willow and Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, at the Port Charles Grill was short-lived. The arrival of Jason and Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, soured the mood. Across the room, Carly feared that if Willow was acquitted, the DA would go after Michael next. Drew, fueled by anger over how Willow has been treated, decided to confront them. He marched over, reminding Jason of the restraining order keeping Danny away from Scout. Then he delivered a vicious prediction. When Willow is found innocent and Michael is sent to prison, Carly will come begging at his door to see her grandchildren, and he'll slam the door in his face. Carly's response was instant and iconic. She threw her drink at his face and told him to go to hell. And watching from their table, Willow smirked in amusement. The battle lines are drawn, and this war is getting personal. The dangerous secret, what Trina and Kai know. But the most earth-shattering moment was still to come. In Trina Robinson's apartment, she and Kai Taylor, Jen's Austin Astrup, wrestled with a terrifying secret. They've pieced together evidence, including a new Twinkle Twinkle Little Star puzzle piece that points definitively to one person as Drew's shooter. Trina, ever the moral compass, wanted to go to the police, but Kai, the voice of grim reality, laid out the consequences. They'd face charges for trespassing, tampering with evidence, and fleeing a crime scene. Even with immunity, Drew's retaliation would be severe. They faced an impossible choice. If they stay silent and Willow is acquitted, she can never be tried again for this crime. But if they speak now, they could destroy their own lives. In the episode's final, heart-stopping moments, they made their decision. They showed up at the door of the one person they thought could help navigate this legal and ethical mail-fire, Alexis Davis. As Alexis looked at them, stunned, Trina delivered the line that will change everything. "We know who shot Drew." What's next in Port Charles? Friday's episode was a masterclass in building tension toward a breaking point. We're left with monumental questions. Will Alexis believe Trina and Kai? And what will she do with this bombshell information? Can Britt and Jason find a future? Or is Britt's painful prediction destined to come true? Will Michael and Justinda's fragile new connection survive the fallout of the trial? And how will Carly and Drew's vicious feud impact the futures of their children? One thing is for sure, the truth about who shot Drew is finally, inevitably coming to light. And when it does, it will shatter lives and rewrite futures in Port Charles forever. What did you think of Friday's explosive episode? Were you cheering when Carly threw that drink? Are you Team Britt and Jason? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below.